Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Teresa from Be Your Own Force of Nature. I know it's been a while, guys. I'm here just living my life and trying to be just like everybody else. I'm trying to get a shot for you of my bird feeder out here with some birds, but they're kind of skittish when I'm right up next to the window. But when I'm sitting from a distance, it's so incredibly peaceful. Trust me, they're out there. Oh, you can see the squirrels in the tree from a distance. I needed to take the moment to come in and say hello. It's been a while. I'm heading out to run some errands, and I wanted to check in with all of you and say hey. I want to talk about where I ended off on my last podcast about being the yard duty and how that helped me to start on my healing journey, my spiritual journey, and trying to get my thoughts into words. This channel is about how do you be your own force of nature. And when you think about it, you know, everybody wants a peaceful, happy life. And that's different for everybody. For me, I just wanted to be able to be who I really am. And back in the day, before I got my divorce, I, for whatever reason, withdrew from life and slunk back into myself and plastered a smile on my face and went out in the world pretending to be happy. And what helped me was being a yard duty, because children are different on the playground than they are in the classroom. I think you know what I mean. When you're on the playground, you can let your hair down and you can just be a kid. And when you're in the classroom, you're constantly told, sit down, be quiet, pay attention, where's your homework? I know I hated my life at school when I was a kid. It was terrible, honestly. The best grade I can remember for me was 7th grade. That's when I started to realize I wanted to be a writer and an artist. You know, long ago, I made that point of telling my mom, and she said, you won't be dead until you're famous. Or I mean, you won't be famous until you're dead. That was her saying, okay, Teresa, stop telling people that comment. But my mom had a wicked sense of humor. So long about 7th grade, I started to realize that I could do those things. Because before that, I was squashed. Talk about be your own force of nature. My nature side, my natural side to express herself was squashed. And by my teachers, heck, even my own family. And so when I became a yard duty, the best time in my life was when my kids were in kindergarten, say through 6th, 7th grade. And if I could go back to any time, it would be that. But realize, I know, in order to move forward, we got to let go of the past. But that is one part of my past that I insist on keeping, because It is a part of me that was freed. When my mother died in 2007, I didn't know how I was going to go on. And then when I got divorced 7 years later, I was starting all over again. And believe you me, when you make your decisions, thoughts are seeds. The divine hears every single thing you think as well as do. And I was so unhappy. My children brought me back to life, and they taught me patience. And they are the reason that I am happy and alive today. So I lowered my volume because my birds have come. Being on the playground with the kids allowed me to be Teresa. And slowly, it has taken me, you guys, 10 years to get back to me. But some people, I plaster that smile on my face every day, and some people that you see with a smile, you have no idea what's going on in their lives. And truly, yes, I was a result of what I was living, the life I was living. It was how I protected myself and guarded myself by putting a smile on my face and making it through every day because I was so unhappy. Yes, I did it to myself. And no, I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for people out in the world who are used and abused, because everybody is in a different situation. I'm not saying that somebody is abused, they're choosing it. But in a way, yeah. Letting someone overpower you. I mean, when you get beaten down so much, you just kind of give in and just be. So I had kind of gotten that way. I withdrew, but I made myself as glamorous as I could. I started walking 3 miles a day, and I lost 50 pounds. And I was a yard duty at school, my children's school. And on the outside, I looked like I just had the life. But whenever I went home, there was a dark cloud over my house. I was so unhappy. And so this channel is to tell you guys how I did it for myself. And I'm showing you the birds as a way to, so you're not looking at me, so you can listen to my message. As I say, my message is from a messenger. It's not about the message, the messenger. It's about the message. Okay? It took my mother leaving the earth and me standing up for my spirit and getting divorced, because my spirit almost died in that marriage. I was so unhappy. And the children at school were the light that I needed. And watching all of these children on the playground, and believe me, there were many. 2 moms, 2 dads, because of divorce. I saw what it did to kids. So divorce affects the entire family. I know it affected my children. So it wasn't just me who lost her voice. My children also. And my son, daughter, and I kind of became one when this happened for us, when we decided to move forward and the divine answered our request. Okay, you're miserable. We're going to help you. We're going to take you out of the situation. Things drastically changed. And I liken it to having the rug just ripped from underneath you. We had to scramble and find ourselves, but this took time. So think about people whom you see on the street, and I mean homeless people. And I've heard people say, well, why don't they just get a job? Why do they just linger around? Not everybody says that, but a lot of people do. They look down. You don't know what these people have gone through, number one. Number two, they've chosen it sometimes. They dip out of life. And number three, excuse my English, but shit happens to people. And you know, you can get so far down, you can't get out. So just getting a job is not possible all the time. In order to get mail, you've got to have an address. It's real tough for a homeless person. So remember that when you look at a person, you're not walking in their shoes. You don't know what they're going through. And so for me, it took me time. My children and I took us, oh my God, it's been since 2016, 15, 16, my divorce was final. And I bring this up to you guys because that was the pivotal moment. That's what shook me and got me out of that, you know, the movie, The Stepford Wives. It was kind of like that. But the whole time I was aware of what was happening to me. So that force of nature inside of me was almost dead, and I had to get out. And I prayed, and the divine intervened. And yeah, we lost everything. We lost our home, we lost our car, a lot of our items, you know, personal belongings went into a dumpster. Everything we lost. I was able to afford a storage unit where I could keep a few things. But we had to start over. I mean, beds, washer, dryer, appliances, clothing. We had to start over. And I can honestly say that I'm finally back to me. And so joy comes from the happiness I choose every single day of my life. Happiness is a choice. So thank you all so much for being here. I apologize for being late, but better late than never. I'm back. When I have something to say, you will see me. I send you all peace and love, surrounded by the brightest divine light. And I will be back soon with another video to chat about how you be your own force of nature. I love you all.